the healthcare workers.
Yeah, whatever you want.
And I think you're on the board of the University of California.
I was on the board of the UC Regents.
Okay, you were on the board of the Regents. Okay. All right. So, it's kind of weird coming from a place as small as Magnolia, because I mean, each state only gets 2 senators, and you're one for like the most populous state in the union. So, I mean, can you tell me about like how that came about with Newsom appointing you and what your reaction was, and just kind of?
I said no at least twice. California welcomed me, but Magnolia raised me. Spending 13 years in California, I developed a relationship with Governor Newsom prior to him even running to be governor. There were a number of opportunities that he presented to me before this one that just weren't quite a good fit for me at the time. And Senator Feinstein unfortunately passed away, and he gave me a call, and it was a serious consideration for me. I never wanted to be an elected official or public servant in this way.
Yeah. Why was that? Just to you think you get more done behind the scenes and stuff, or
It's just
nastiness of politics and
it's
stuff?
none of it. It was just not my, it wasn't my ministry. I still don't believe it is, but it is an opportunity to serve. And if nothing else, being raised in a small town like Magnolia, the values that are instilled in you, or that your life is not your own, that we all work in service of our neighbors. And so that's why eventually I said yes. California needed a senator. I believe that I can do anything I put my mind to. And though I had never been a senator before, why not?
Yeah. So, I mean, has serving in the Senate kind of changed your mind about being in the Senate?
No.
No? No? I didn't think it would.
Look, what I have learned is that there are some incredible public servants representing all parts of our country, no matter the letter behind their name. And we can all find common ground when we put people first.
Yeah.
I can find common ground with Republican leader Grassley from Iowa, because I too represent farmers in California.
Yeah.
I can find common ground with Senator Katie Britt from Alabama, because Alabama is 47 in terms of mental health care access, and California is far behind as well. And so look, when we talk about people, there's work to be done, and I think that is the biggest lesson that I've learned, different from when you're outside looking in, and the media informs, no offense, all of our opinions about people and politics and things. So I've had a great time. It is an honor to represent California and 40 million Californians who need a voice in the United States Senate. But I'm clear that my term is short.
Yeah. Not going to do it again. This is just to get them through.
This is just for this season.
Okay. Well, what are your plans after the Senate?
I may come back to Magnolia. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. And it would be in a space of service and using the talents and gifts that I've been given in service of others.
Okay. What are you most proud of that you've been able to do since you've been in the Senate?
One of the things I'm actually most proud of is that I created a youth advisory council of young Californians from across the state who get on a call with me every month, and we talk about the issues of legislation in the Senate. This last week's call was about TikTok and social media. The harms of social media, the advantages of social media, their feelings about the legislation to force a divestiture of TikTok, and me being able to share some of the national security concerns that as senators we've had to, and President Biden have had to consider relative to having TikTok remain a Chinese-owned company and platform. And so it's been a great exchange. And what it has taught me, one, is that we have some incredibly bright minds and really special leaders who are coming up in this generation. And two, that government has to work for that generation who will live with the decisions that we make for the longest period of time. And it has been an incredibly proud initiative for me to bring those young people, who many of them have never left their community, to feel like they have been invited to be a part of Washington, D.C.
Okay. Yeah. So when does this term end?
The election is November 7th or 8th, I think. And then because California is a mail-in ballot, it takes about 30 days for the election to be certified. So I am counting my last day as early December.
Okay.
I'm counting down.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Well, you know, I mean, being in the Senate, that's either going to help or hurt your resume, depending on what but it should help.
I think it's all a plus. It's all a plus. There have only been 2,003 people to serve in the United States Senate in the history of our country.
Yeah.
I am only the third Black woman to ever occupy that chamber, and the only one doing it in this moment. And so to have the honor and responsibility of being a voice for Black women who raised me, who cared for me, who prayed for me, I get to do that every single day. And so it's a resume booster for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's really incredible when you think about it. You're the only Black woman representing anywhere in the U.S.
the year of our Lord.
Right, I'm telling you. I mean, it is crazy when you think about it. And I don't know. You ever plan on getting back into like labor issues or anything like that? It seems like
I'm always in labor issues.
I mean, it seems like something that's like near and dear to your heart.
Working men and women have given me the gift of seeing the world.
Yeah.
In addition to collectively bargain and learning how to negotiate and doing it on not just the local or state or national level, but truly a global one.
Yeah.
And these are men and women who have taught me what it means to truly see another person's humanity.
Yeah.
When they find at the union not just a place to share a grievance, but to share hopes and dreams and expectations. It's been a special place.
And you know, I read your bio about you know, you growing up in Magnolia. I think you lost your dad at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom had to like work a lot of jobs to take care of you. And you know, it's how much did that play a role in you getting involved in things like labor issues and social justice?
I think my life is just a continuation, honestly, of my mother's. In so many ways, you know, she started at Jackson State but couldn't finish.
Yeah.
I went and I finished. I saw her get stable health insurance for the first time in her life at 60 years old after the passage of the Affordable Care Act.
Really?
The only difference between my mom, who worked as a classroom assistant, as a nursing assistant, as a secretary, a gas station, the only difference between my mom and the women that I worked for around the country is they had the opportunity to have a union.
Yeah.
There are no unions here. That was not my frame of reference for social justice. And, you know, so I have been able to work on behalf of women and men who did the exact same job as my mom, and to be able to be a vessel of helping them get to stable health insurance, get to living wages, find dignity on the job and community amongst themselves and their coworkers. And so I think I got to do that because my mother showed me what should be.
Yeah.
Even when she didn't have it.
Yeah.
She showed me what should be.
Yeah. And I bet that kind of stuck with you throughout the course of your professional life too.
It grounds me every day.
Yeah, I'll bet. and what would you have to say to, I mean, you met a lot of students here at South Pike and today, and, we've had people come from South Pike and go on and do great things. And we had a kid who didn't play a lick of high school football because of his religion and was a walk-on at Colorado, and then got to play with the Philadelphia Eagles, which is a pretty remarkable story.
Sure.
I mean, we've had professional athletes. We've had, people go from South Pike
College
to do great
football
things.
coaches, T.C. Taylor.
Right, exactly. I mean, there's several people who've done great things from South Pike. So, I mean, what's the message that you want to impart to kids who went to South Pike in terms of, what they do here and how that can affect their future?
I would only tell them the same thing I'm sure their parents and grandparents have always told them. And the parable of the talents. One got 5, one got 2, one got 1. It is not about how many bags you get, it's about what you do with it once you got it. And what young people get here is an incredible community of educators who pour into them every single day. Not just the time and attention, not just the belonging, but most importantly, the worth.
Yeah.
And so what I would say to young folks growing up here in Magnolia and going to this community of schools is that they got the best thing going. And they shouldn't let anybody tell them different.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have anybody, right? I mean, same background, same faith.
Same God.
School, Right. Right. So there'll be plans after the Senate, but you just know that you're done with it.
No big plans. I would say this. I am sure there are plenty of big plans out there for me. And I look forward to taking on them all.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll be getting the phone calls real soon. Well, that's great. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me and coming back home and giving me a good story to write about for the Saturday paper.
Well, you got it. I appreciate it.
You're speaking at Jackson State's commencement ceremony.
I am.
Tomorrow, so you're
I am.
like that.
I'm doing a whole hometown swing.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Is there anything at Jackson State that you're interested in seeing again? It'd be like another homecoming for you, huh?
It's different. It's high school. It's elementary. It is high school.
Yeah.
It is college, all in probably less than 48 hours. But just like South Pike, Jackson State has changed in the 23 years since I left there. And just like South Pike, my message to the graduates of Jackson State is HBCUs hit different. They hit different. They hit different because of who's standing in front of the classroom, who's standing in front of the lecture hall. I had the opportunity to have professors who were SNCC organizers and core organizers who knew and lived the Macomb Project, who were on the floor of the 1964 Democratic Convention with Fannie Lou Hamer. That is who you get in an HBCU. And our corporate spaces, our academic spaces, our political spaces all need the voices of those HBCU graduates because our voice is different.
Tammy, I think you're going to have to get Sonic Boom down here. Not that Alcorn's band isn't great.
Don't start trouble. Don't start trouble.
I think we might have a little help now.
I mean, can you see like a battle of the bands between those two, like here in Magnolia?
Yes, I always pictured it. Yes.
Well, I mean, her and TC can probably make it happen. You can make some calls, right?
They can see each other, right?
We gotta have that happen in Magnolia. It'd be like the best thing to happen all year.
Best thing to happen in Magnolia.
Was there anything about South Pike that really kind of triggered your memories when you came back here today? Like
all of what was different. It was all of what was different when we first drove in. The building that is now the middle school wasn't there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The
That
junior
was
high
a
right here.
parking lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, like, what's this?
that was like a grass field.
Right.
Walking into the Coliseum.
Yeah, it's got better lighting now. I can
It's got way better lighting. The
Yeah.
floor is newer.
Yellow
It
halogen lights.
was
You said
exactly.
the floor used to
The
be yellow.
floor was yellow.
Well, I don't know if it was so much that the floor was yellow. It was this awful
I think it was a
lighting that they
combination.
had.
It was a
They made
combination
the floor
of
a
the two.
tear lit yellow.
Yeah, it was,
you know,
it was
you know.
surely a combination.
Oh yeah, yeah. You look like Jaundiced when you walking there. So I'm
But that was, I mean, look, seeing Willie Earl Jones on the Coliseum.
Because I mean, you graduated in 01?
I finished, he was my principal.
That's, I mean, didn't Willie die like in 01?
No.
What was that? What was that?
Did he die in 01?
But you graduated in.
That's right, I graduated in 97.
97. Okay.
I graduated Jackson State in 2001.
Oh, okay. All right.
I appreciate the 4 years you've given me, though.
Look, you got 3 less than me, so I mean, you can't complain too much. Yeah, you ain't on the wrong side of 45.
No,
You can't start complaining about that, you know.
but
about
see
these
his
knees
name,
and
like
stuff.
that man was a force.
Everybody loved Willie Earl Jones, man. And,
That man was a force.
I mean, and I think he was like, I'm trying to remember the history of that, but I mean, I think he was like right in line to be the superintendent, or he just got appointed superintendent and going to go fishing, I think, around 98. Yeah. And it was just devastating, this whole community, but yeah. And so let's see, Willie was your principal, so that would have been, I guess, who was the superintendent then? Would have been Lanier.
That's right.
That's not his story.
Clearly.
Yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Not relevant
Yeah.
in my life. I didn't know who they was.
Yeah, but you got to know your principal more than your superintendent.
I knew my principal.
Especially Lily was your principal.
Was it Barbara? It was Barbara Dillon. Coach Beverly. Coach Dillon's wife that taught 8th grade English. Beverly Dillon.
And the basketball coach was Herbert?
Bill Herbert.
Bill Herbert.
Bill Herbert.
Okay.
I still know what a gerund phrase is because of Beverly Dillon.
There you go. And let's see, who were some of your other teachers? Did you have
Miss Iverson,
Robson?
algebra.
Mm-hmm.
I had Martha Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
who got me into the gifted program when I was in the 3rd grade.
Cool.
I had Miss Williams was my 3rd grade teacher, and I still remember because her husband was in the Williams Brothers singing group.
Right.
And I still listen to the Williams Brothers still.
There you go. You know.
Barbara Magruder,
Yeah.
5th grade science, taught me everything I knew, I know, and still remember about Black inventors.
Yeah.
Again, the sort of uniqueness of being in a space that sees you.
Yeah.
I was at my own daughter's school recently, and she's now in the 3rd grade,
Okay.
asking, and my quiz to them was actually who invented the stoplight.
Yeah.
It was Barbara Magruder who taught me that it was a Black man who invented the stoplight. And I never forgot it. Miss Brown, what is Miss Brown's first name? She was a mortician. Elizabeth Brown made us do, not required,
Wow.
of us to do 8th grade literature and learning about famous quotes and authors and writers. Neighbors make good fences. Miss Brown, I remember from our, that project. So this is a school, a community that truly cares not just that you graduate, but that you learn.
Yeah.
Not just that you learn, but that you live and you lead and you care about the people with whom you have contact. And I never forgot it because it was so deeply meaningful to me and so genuine and authentic for who they are.
Right. Yeah. Man, I'm impressed you still remember that much about high school. I mean,
High school, junior high.
Yeah.
My 1st grade teacher was Miss Sarton.
Okay. Yeah, I remember my first grade.
2nd grade was Miss Harris because her husband was my elementary school principal.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
These are women who made a difference, not just in my life.
Yeah. Have you seen any of your classmates and your contemporaries?
Have I? No.
We weren't classmates, but we went to school together.
Oh, yeah?
I graduated in 96, I think you graduated in
97.
Okay.
So you were between my middle brother and me. Olin is my middle brother,
Yes.
and he finished, he's 2 years ahead of me, and Martinelli is 2 years ahead of him.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you, and I
so
appreciate
much.
you.
Hey, no
I
problem.
appreciate
No
it,
problem.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.